Okay, I think I'm live. Let's double check this for a second. And I don't know how you check. I mean, it looks like I'm live on TikTok, but I have no idea what that looks like. This is the first time for everything, I guess. Sorry, give me 1 second as I situate myself here. Just for a second. Oops. Okay, here. I see myself. Okay, this literally, I was listening to Doshi Anxiety right before this, and I'm feeling it because it feels very awkward to stream this. And I feel like because I have such a corporate mindset, it's hard sometimes to really learn how to be yourself. And I'm just going to ignore everything right now. I don't even know if the TikTok live is working, but I'm just going to go for it. But welcome to the Artist Way Week 0. This is the live stream. Honestly, I just wanted to be a chill coffee chat, cozy, honest, vulnerable, authentic. I'm working through how vulnerable and authentic that I'm going to be just because I come from a corporate mindset, and I think that you're taught that sharing too much information or vulnerability is used as a weapon. So, yeah, I am doing this as a documentation of my journey. I am also going hard over the next few months. I've done the artist way before last year on my own, and I realized how hard it was to keep yourself accountable, even though I am very, oops, I almost spilled my coffee, self-driven. So I just thought that actually I shared about the artist way on a stream before, and people were telling me that you should run a group. And granted, this is a whole nother conversation that I don't want to get into the stream, but I led small group, church group for about 10 years as a cell group leader. And also I taught Sunday school. So in terms of facilitating conversation, honestly, it's something that I love doing, asking the hard questions, sometimes I guess going through to the jugular in a more gentle but loving but tough love sort of way. But by the way, let me just introduce myself real quick in case this gets out there. I don't know. Hello, world. My name is Janie Park. I am very glad you're here. I am a global beauty fashion tech executive turned media brand founder. I am building solopreneur with my AI tech stack, the digital runway. And part of this journey really kicked off from actually doing the artist way myself. And I wanted to do this one more time. And honestly, I wanted to make it a yearly ritual and routine because I think that as we go through life, there are certain things that we are, how do I say this? Like we go through and it's just really difficult because sometimes we have things that are happening to us that just literally happened that year and it impacts us. And so doing something like the artist way repeatedly is very helpful. And I just felt like doing things as a community, finding like a casual, cozy place like this. I'm still working out and figuring out what this looks like. But like to be able to grab your matcha or your coffee, talk about creativity, connections, building your brand, glow ups, and all this thing is really important. So I want to get into, I'm going to show you the book right now. Okay. So this is the Artist Way book. And trust me, I am like super anti woo woo everything because I want things that are commercial. I want actionable. I want results. This is the very business side of me. And the Artist Way calls it a spiritual path to higher creativity. And when I first read this, actually, my friend Kirby was the one who recommended this. And I was like, this sounds completely whatever. And she told me that it was life changing and she had just started. And I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. So I ordered it from Amazon. I also got the workbook version. It is linked below in my YouTube description if you do want to get the book. And I started flipping through it. Honestly, it took me about 2 months to actually even pick it up and to start it. I started it last year in the summer season. And honestly, it is a mix of inner healing plus your career coach, mental health coach, your business coach, your guidance counselor, like literally all these different types of things. and it was a game changer. And like I said, I think there's something powerful about doing it with other people. And I think my hope in putting this out there is that I will learn to be more authentic and vulnerable online and in the content that I do share, because it is really difficult, as I mentioned earlier, about feeling like people weaponize your authenticity and vulnerability. But I think, my word of the year for 2025 is this word breakout. And breakout means breaking out of limitations, breaking out of negativity, breaking out of the old wineskin to the new wineskin. And then on top of that, really breaking out to monetize and to pursue your passion and to step into your power of what you want. So this is part documenting my own journey, part finding a community and people who have asked me if I could run a group. And frankly speaking, I decided not to run an official group just because I felt like it was a lot of pressure. And I didn't want to commit to doing something when I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to fully commit. And people were then telling me, oh, you should run a paid group. And I thought about this too. And yeah, a little bit of extra, cash and creating a community is great. But again, I didn't want to commit to something that I didn't really feel like I could be the best at, which is why you're getting this YouTube live situation. Okay, let me drink my coffee. Yapping is hard work. And I see 3 people joined. So this is better than I thought, because I thought 0 people would join. So thank you so much for joining. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. There's no homework this week. This is super chill. This is just an intro. And I wanted to get into the whole situation with Doshi. So I actually posted a TikTok, and I've been sitting on this idea of doing the artist way again and doing it with a community since actually last year. And I just felt like I didn't have the bandwidth. I didn't know the format. Like I said, I also don't want to commit to something that didn't make sense. But I think what it came down to was, obviously, if you followed pop culture and what's going on, Doshi, fantastic artist, but also she's blown the F up, and she has literally attributed being who she is today with actually having gone through the artist way. And when I saw that and heard that, I was like, okay, girl, if this is not a sign, then I do not know what a sign is, because this is telling you to do it. And I had posted a TikTok, and someone also was saying, like, I have that book, but I haven't been able to finish it. And like I said, the whole idea of accountability. And so Doshi actually has written that, and I see a comment. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Okay, this is very cheesy, but again, I'm a baby YouTuber, so it means a lot. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to address this comment. And ACMB said, I'm super excited about this. I watched some of Doshi's vlogs and they were powerful. I need to read this book. Yes, I don't even care if you use my affiliate code or not. Just go and get the damn book, but make sure to get the workbook version, and I'll get into, and I'll just show you what I wrote, because it's hilarious. And this is definitely going to be a little bit over 10 minutes, but I think that's okay. But yeah, just getting back into it with Doshi. And thank you so much for joining. I see you guys. Means a lot to me. Again, baby YouTuber here. But with Doshi, you can actually go to her YouTube channel. She has turned off all of the comments, but you can actually watch her week 1, week 2, up until I think it was week 13. Week 11. I don't know if she actually did week 12. Please don't come after me if I'm not correct, but I started watching them, and honestly, it was just so powerful to actually do it with someone. Yeah, I don't know Doshi personally, but I'm hoping that this will connect us and we'll actually be able to grow together, because I think, it's trending and it's also viral, but also it's an excellent book and not woo-woo, because it gives you a commercial format in terms of kind of like a coach, business, health, mental, all this kind of thing. And I want to explain why this format. As I said, I could have done this as a course or a community, but honestly, I just couldn't handle the pressure or the perfection or commitment. I just wanted to show up, and whoever wants to join me. And if you guys at some point on this journey want to join a live stream and you're not a troll, that's totally cool. I'm down to chit chat about what we're going through and just make it more interactive. Of course, not everyone is comfortable being online. I am in my 40s now and kind of zero S given. Like I will show up and I'll just do the damn thing. But I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to anxiety before this stream, and I have anxiety about doing this, which is kind of funny, right? But I just want to get into, and I have a little bit of notes here. I want you all to be able to just show up and to be real. Whatever you're comfortable in the comments. And I'm also going to be working through what I'm going to be comfortable sharing online and YouTube because this is not a private community. And I just want to be clear, it's not about productivity. It's, about working on yourself, and it's about finding accountability because we will be going through this together week by week. Again, I expected 0 people to show up, so I'm happy that at least 3 people are here, and that means a lot. But I don't even think we're gonna be doing 10 minutes. I think already we're at the 12-minute mark, so I might just continue going through my list a little bit to explain. But and anyways, if you are watching and if you have any questions or thoughts, then feel free to drop them in here. But I just want to explain quickly. So the Artist Way, it's a 12-week journey, and I'm just going to run through really quick. The way that it works, it is a week 1, for example, like this. It goes through, and you have little quotes here. For example, painting is an attempt to come to terms with life. There are as many solutions as there are human beings, by George Tucker. So it just is a very inspiring thing. In the first week, you go through core negative beliefs, positive alternatives, and then there's even a section for creative affirmations, which I thought was super helpful, and I would read that every day. And then there are little tasks that you do. So, for example, you take yourself on these things called an artist date. So every week for the duration, you will just do, random things like you can go to the museum, or you can create a scrapbook, or, whatever creative project that piques your interest. And another thing that I just want to share, for example, time travel from week 1 is select and write out one happy piece of encouragement, write a thank you letter, mail it to yourself or to the long lost mentor. And there's something really powerful in just putting pen to paper. I know it's really hard. We're in a digital age, or even in like Web3, blockchain, fashion tech, which is the world that I'm in. But there's something powerful about actually writing something out. My handwriting is crazy. And I'll explain to you. The other thing we're supposed to do is morning pages, which is 3 pages every morning. You literally do a mind and a brain dump, whatever you're feeling anxious about, your to-dos, what you're working through. Or sometimes I do something, again, like everyone comes from different walks of life, but I do something called a manual journaling, where basically I will share like a letter to God and then have a letter written back to me type of thing. And I will do various, variations of the morning pages. But, look at this. Some days, this is the very beginning, I'm like super organized. You can kind of semi read my handwriting. And then other days, honestly, I got so like tired. I don't even want to write anymore, because as you're experiencing breakthrough and breakout and changes, it literally makes you not want to do this straight up. That's why I wanted to do accountability. So I'm excited that, you guys showed up today. But also I've written like this just to get through my morning pages straight up, and I can't even read it. And maybe that's part of the thing, because I actually don't want people to read my inner thoughts in case someone actually gets this. But I'm going to try for this round to see if I could create a legible version of the morning pages. So yeah, these are the 2 main tools. One is the brain dump, or the morning pages, 3 pages every morning. When I first heard 8.5 by 11, I was like, y'all are freaking crazy. How in the world am I gonna write 3 pages? And there's some days where literally I wanna write like 10, okay? And other days, like you saw, I could barely even write 1 paragraph because I feel blocked, or I'm going through it, or I'm working through processing something. And then the second thing that I say is a major tool is actually the book itself, the quotes, the tasks. It literally makes you go through even your childhood or your current situation or future self. And it literally helps you also, I guess the third tool is the artist states, solo adventures where you're literally forced in discomfort by yourself, or maybe you are a loner or not a loner. That makes it sound bad, but like you like spending time by yourself, which is me. But I also love being around people, but to spark inspiration because you don't have any distractions. It sounds super simple, but it is seriously powerful AF, which is why I'm here today. So let me know if you have any questions. I still see that you guys are engaged and here. I don't even know if TikTok is working actually. I'm using this platform, but I have no idea if it's actually working or it's not. I mean, I guess I'll find out later. Um, but I just want to wrap up. I mean, again, if you guys have any questions, please drop them in. But what this journey will look like, this is what I want to share. So, the Artist Way community that I'm working on right now is we'll meet live every Sunday. I've heard people from Pacific time zone basically say, this is too early. Let me know if there's enough of you guys that is saying, hey, can we do it at another time? I will shift it. Like, I'm just doing this on my own, so I don't have like a set specific schedule per se, but we'll meet live every Sunday. I like the idea of Sunday just because it's a nice little reset. And I want to do it 10 a.m. on YouTube. Like I said, if you want to adjust the time, drop a comment. YouTube and TikTok, this is already more than 10 minutes. So I think that I'm going to have to say it's going to be 20 or 30 minutes of just yapping. I'm not even going to edit this going forward, but just to check in, to reflect, to reset. And if you can't join live, that's totally fine. Just come back to it and let's just have a conversation in the comments about it. Again, like it's very no pressure. You do it at your own speed, at your own time. But if you want accountability, like I will be showing up and I will be here, whether or not they're okay, amazing. Now there's 4 people here. If you're not going to be here, or if you are going to be here, 0 people or many people, I will be showing up. Part of it is I'm doing it for myself. And I think I need to break out of that fear and that anxiety of just showing up and talking about things. So, y'all, your only homework this week is to get the book. Yes, I do have an affiliate code in the comments, but like I said, if you don't use it, that's totally fine. And I get it. I've been that person. But make sure if you're going to get the book, get the two, like the version with the notebook and the book itself, just because it's easier and they break it out. It like literally makes it a no-brainer. Like week by week, it actually counts out the pages. So your homework is to get the book and to start reading it, but we are going to officially start on Sunday, April 6th, which is in a week. And so this week is literally just a soft start. It's an intro. I just wanted you to come together and to talk about it. And then for April 6th time, you should have a book by then. And basically, we are going to be reading the book, read the intro, skim the tools. And I see one comment. Okay. Oh, hello, Dita. Okay, ACNB says Sunday is good for me. Let me know, is 10 a.m. Eastern time a good time? Let me know also. Comment if you're down to come live stream. I'm totally down for that. And I see Dita, who I met in the DMV area. Sunday is good. Okay, let me know as well if this time works for you. Thank you all for joining. And I just want to conclude really quick. Let me just make sure. I work through a timeline, which I'll definitely share that later on in terms of what the timeline is going to look like. But let us keep it very, very simple. So we are going to start reading and doing chapter 1 next week. So the homework this week by April 6th, okay, because y'all need homework, adults need homework sometimes, is get the book. Get the book and start reading it. But officially, we will start reading it and doing the morning pages together starting April 7th. If you want to front load and read the intro and the full chapter, that's also great. But also don't put pressure on yourself. On April 7th, when we start, you could also just read and start doing the tasks and doing the morning pages as you start going through. So that is going to be week 1. If you prefer a different way, let me know, but that's kind of my game plan. And then basically we're going to go through each and every week, which is 12 weeks. And then I think what is going to end up happening is the last, which is June 29th. I'm probably just going to do a last stream that just explains the breakthrough that I experienced. And I just want to get through this. And wasn't planning on doing this. I was literally just planning on doing 10 minutes. But as you can see, I'm a certified yapper. I am going hard for 3 months. I am going hard to pursue my dreams of my media brand and seeing if I can make this pop off. It is a make it or break it season. I either, go for this, it pops off, or I need to pick up a full-time job and scale back a little bit. Like that's the reality of the situation. And I gave myself this timeline, and that's why I decided to do the artist way, because I felt like that was going to be super helpful to me. And I don't know why my video is lagging a little bit. Sorry about that. I think it's better now. But basically, that's the reason why I also decided to share this journey online, because the video is so light, because I am actually downloading the video file from my podcast. But let me just pause that right now and quit it just so you can see a little bit better. But it's going to be an interesting journey. And that's why I wanted to document it. So comment below if you are working on something, you are building something, your brand, your business, your personal brand, and you are looking to do something during this period of time, because I think we all have hopes and dreams and visions, and there's something about accountability. And sometimes it feels better with strangers because we feel shame or discomfort of having the people that we actually know hear about something that is outside of our normal self. So I'm hoping that this can be a safe and accountable space, a vulnerable, an authentic space. And I'm going through that journey myself of figuring out what I can actually share. So thank you for joining. Again, I didn't even think that I was going to go on for 22 minutes, but here I am. And if you started this book and this, I just want to say, if you started the book and you didn't finish, that's okay. We're starting back at square one. And you might have forgotten what you wrote about, but let's just start this over together. So if you feel blocked, creatively stuck, or you're looking to pursue a passion project, a new brand, revamp your personal brand, or a new direction in life, let's work this out together. And I think that there's power in that. And if you're even just looking for a gentle glow up, a spring cleaning or a spring reset per se, that's also for you. But come back next Sunday, invite a friend or get a friend to do this with you, and let's come together and let's talk about it, because I think there's something in the power of community. Also, no pressure, not perfection, just being present together. So let me know if you're in. And I look forward to seeing you next week. And let me know if going forward you want a little midweek check-in, and I will be sharing that. So yeah. Okay, I can breathe now. This was a lot. I definitely didn't expect this to go on, but yeah, I guess I have to block out at least 30 minutes just going forward. But thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate this. Let us glow the F up together in whatever you're doing. I want us to have a fire lit under our butts right now to pursue what we want, because now is the time. And it is an era of breakout, of glowing up, of moving to the next level. So thank you again for joining. Make sure to hit subscribe and also comment if you have any questions or thoughts or just want accountability on anything. I appreciate you guys. Okay, I see Dita. We are going to address this. She says, I'm working on getting back into content creation and build a career within it. Yes, let's go. By the way, if you're not following Dita, and Dita, I need to follow you as well on YouTube. But I met her in DC. She models, gorgeous, also just like beautiful human being. We met briefly. But yeah, I'm excited for that journey and speak it out into existence. I actually have a reel coming where I literally, it's one of those trends that's going on right now. She didn't know this, but, and basically wrote this out. And it feels effing uncomfortable to say this when it hasn't happened. But I think part of living your dream life and pursuing what you want is manifestation, affirmation, and speaking it out into the world, into existence. And I'm going to be talking about mind movies at some point. I haven't done mine yet, but I do a vision board, which mine is right there. It's the same one from last year, but I felt like it was still relevant. But mind movies is kind of similar of, mapping out what your dream life will look like, making that into a video reel and watching that every day. I don't know if you guys have done that, but I heard it's very powerful. And I wanted to try and to see what that looks like. Okay, I see Mary Beth and Jeff. I love this. Thanks for joining, MB. I appreciate that. But yeah, so this is my little check-in, and I appreciate all of you guys for joining. Have a good rest of the Sunday. Go drink your coffee, go get your mental health walk in, and go touch some grass, because even though I work all the time and I'm trying to build my dreams and to manifest and to build my purpose and all that kind of stuff, like, we need to take care of our health, because health is wealth. So I will see you guys next Sunday. Let's freaking go. Also, we got this. All right, that was cheesy. I'm sorry.